Hello everybody and welcome to Car Confections. Now I'm standing out here in the middle of the night, not just for any vehicle, but for a very important vehicle to the Hyundai brand. This is the refreshed 2025 Hyundai Tucson, which is their best seller, and it actually has quite a lot of cool lighting at nighttime. So in this video, that's what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to show you all of the nighttime lights that you can expect to find if you purchase one of these Tucsons. So let's go ahead and get into it. So as always, let's start by what happens when you walk up to the vehicle. Now, there's not going to be any fancy animations or anything like that. This is a mainstream and pretty affordable vehicle. However, you will notice as I approached the door handle, it does have some illumination behind the door handle itself, so you can easily see where to grab, and that just senses your approach. And then once we open up the door, you'll notice that we have a lot of LED lighting inside of there. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but for now we want to focus on the exterior. So let me go ahead and get it started up so you can see what those exterior lights look like at night. All right, so now that the vehicle is powered on, let's talk about what it looks like at nighttime. Now, of course, for the refresh, Hyundai did actually change just a few of the grille elements up here in the front. If you want to know about all those changes, you can watch our full-length YouTube review where we detail all that. We're just focused on the lighting in this video specifically. Now, as far as the lighting, that's a very interesting element for this Tucson because it's actually part of the grille. So you'll notice that over here we have a daytime running light. This also doubles as your turn signal indicator, and it's actually integrated into the grille itself. So you'll notice that, especially here at nighttime, it has a very distinctive overall design to it. And as far as the headlights themselves, I'm sure you're very curious about that. Here with the top-end limited model, that's where you're going to get the projector LED headlights. So it's only this top model that gets the projector LED ability, so keep that in mind. The rest of them will have reflector LEDs, but these are actually fantastic headlights. We'll talk a little bit more about the performance on a country road and actually show you a video clip a little later on, but they're excellent, just FYI. And you can see the turn signal indicator over here on the right side blinking right now. Now heading around to the side, we do have some 19-inch alloy wheels. We have some matte black wheel surrounds. Our mirrors are going to be pretty much standard affair. We do have a turn signal indicator integrated in here as well as blind spot monitoring, but no auto dimming or anything along those lines. As far as overall vehicle length, we're about 182 inches long. And then heading around to the rear, this is, I think, even more distinct than the front in terms of design. You can certainly see this thing from a mile away because it has these fang-like taillights. Now, as far as the lighting itself, we do have an LED accent strip going through here. The fangs kind of go down. We have an LED brake light. But you will notice that when it comes to some of the other lighting, it's not fully LED. So it's just the brake light and the accenting with some really cool designs on the side. But if you look over there down in the bumper, you'll find an incandescent turn signal and incandescent reverse light. I really wish Hyundai had maybe upgraded that for this refreshed model. I'm very happy to see LED license plate lighting. That's something a lot of brands will skimp out on. If we pop open the power tailgate, as you can see, in here we have a lot of space and we also have some pretty decent lighting. As you can see, we have some lighting here on the sides that illuminates forward. It's really nice and bright LED lighting, which helps show you where you're putting things. Overall cargo capacity is about 76 cubic feet. But guys, that pretty much wraps up the exterior. There's some really cool ambient lighting on the inside, so let's go ahead and dive into that. But first, if you're new here, we're brothers, and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We started young, and since then, we've reviewed over 2,000 cars at every price point.
No matter what you're looking for, from sound level readings to cargo measurements, we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family.
Let's learn a lot and have some fun with all the latest cars.
All right, so walking up to the vehicle and unlocking the door, you'll notice that as soon as you do that, all of these bright LED lights are going to turn on. This is honestly probably one of the brightest cabins in the mainstream segment that I've ever experienced getting into. You certainly can see, absolutely everything. It's almost like it's daytime because these LED lights are so bright. But let's go ahead and hop inside and start it up. Now let's zero in on some individual details. You will notice that, of course, the tech gets a big upgrade this year. We have a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. It's fully customizable with all types of different graphics. You also do have the blind spot camera system, which is certainly a fan favorite feature. And new for the Tucson this year, we do have a really nice head-up display. You can see that clearly projected there in the windshield. It does even have blind spot information in it as well. So overall, really good stuff with the head-up display. It looks fantastic at nighttime. And let's talk about these headlights while we're up here. So right now what you're seeing is the low beam. It's a very good low beam, as I insinuated earlier. And then flip the high beam on. There you go. Look how great that high beam is. Honestly, for a mainstream vehicle, this is one of the very best high beams that I've experienced. These are really fantastic headlights. Definitely a big upgrade over the standard reflector setup that we've experienced in other Hyundai products. Really just shows you really everything that you're going to need to see. We'll also go ahead and insert a clip of us driving at nighttime on a country road so you can really get a good look at it. Now coming back to the steering wheel itself, it's the new Hyundai design. As far as all the buttons and illumination, that's going to be a nice whitish blue color over here on the side, and all of these buttons actually do have a really nice feel to them. Over to the left, we have our controls for the instrumentation, our trunk release, as well as our parking brake. You also notice things like our memory seats. That's going to also be finished in that nice same illumination. And then all of our door switches over here also in that same white color. Now, one of the things I'm really happy to see is the fact that we have ambient lighting, and it's really throughout a lot of this cabin. You'll notice that right here in the driver door pocket, all of that's going to be colored, so actually you can easily see what's inside even at nighttime. And that's not the only place it's at, because we also have it integrated here in this new center storage cubby, as well as in the passenger storage shelf. That's really probably the most obvious spot where the ambient lighting is, as well as the passenger door. So really good ambient lighting for a vehicle in this segment. Normally they kind of skimp out on that. Definitely happy to see that here with the refreshed Tucson. As far as storage is concerned, in the center, that's not going to be illuminated, but we have quite a bit of storage. 2 cup holders. We have a wireless phone charging pad. We also have a couple buttons for our drive mode controller. The reason we have so much space is because we have the electronic style shifter that's new this year. Show you what the backup camera looks like at nighttime. It's really a fantastic backup camera. It's straight off of Genesis products, and the resolution doesn't even look grainy at nighttime. So really, really good stuff here with this backup camera. You can also do the really cool 3D spin, and as you can see, it's not even grainy at all, so quite impressive. Press P for park. As far as our climate controls, that's all going to be finished here in either, a physical knob here or also some digital controls. Nice white color to it. Looks really nice and premium at nighttime. Heated and ventilated seats here on the limited version of the Tucson. And temperature can be adjusted really easily like so. I also want to point out that the USB ports are illuminated as well, so you can even see where to plug in at nighttime. The audio system is going to be pretty decent. It's a Bose sound system here on the fully loaded limited example. And then coming up to our screen, like I said, huge improvement this year for this screen. It's a 12.3-inch setup. New CCNC software on board, which means we have wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. Really works fantastically. We've had 0 issues with it this week, and lots of functionality to it as well. It looks really high resolution. Up here at the top for our mirror, we do have an auto-dimming mirror with HomeLink garage door openers. Then we also have some buttons up here. This one will turn on all of your interior lighting. Very nice and bright, as I mentioned earlier. And then we do also have a panoramic style sunroof that does open up. Now let's check out the rear seat area. As you can see, of course, there's tons of illumination here in the rear as well. That's something that some of the mainstream rivals will scamp out on as well, so happy to see that you can see where you're going here at nighttime. Go ahead and get inside. That's what the cabin looks like at night. As far as the center area, we do have some vents. We also have illuminated USB ports down there in the center. And then as far as other things, we have heated back seats. All of that's going to be nicely illuminated, as well as our window switch. I am noticing, though, that we do not have ambient lighting in any of the door pockets here in the second row. That's not really expected for a mainstream vehicle, so just keep that in mind. But overall, I'm very impressed with the nighttime experience in this Tucson. For a mainstream vehicle, it actually kind of reminds me in a lot of ways of a luxury vehicle. And guys, that's going to be when we conclude our in-depth night review of the refreshed 2025 Hyundai Tucson. If you enjoyed watching this night video, we'd really encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below. You're going to get more night reviews like this, and you're also going to get access to all of our other reviews that we do in the daytime that talk a lot more in detail about the cars. Additionally, if you're looking to buy a Hyundai Tucson or any new vehicle, we would encourage you to go to carconfections.com/newcarquotes. The reason you do that is because we have a tool on our website that will connect you with local car dealers in your area to get you the best price. It's also going to give you access to invoice pricing information, which is a great tool for dealership negotiation. If you'd like to take advantage of that, a link is provided in our video description, and we also have a pinned comment at the top of this video. Guys, that's where we're going to leave off. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you if you're a current subscriber and fan. Good night.